And all of our radio links are there. So the TuneIn link is there. The AGM link is there. So go to www.davinajones.com, click on Greater. And once you click on Greater, you'll find your way right here to Greater Day Cafe. So thank you once again for tuning in. Yes, that's right. Look, Rochester's like, that's worth a clap, right? Exactly, right? They tuned in. And so we really appreciate it. The first thing that I want to do is we want to give a salute to all of our military men and women. So everybody that's been able to kind of tune into the news, you know that there's a tragic incident that took place. So 4 of our Marines were shot down this evening, and so our prayers go out, our thoughts and our prayers go out to all the families. Listen, that's somebody's dad. That's somebody's brother. That's uncle. Somebody's uncle, somebody's husband, friend, you know? Yeah. And so Greater Day Cafe wants you to know that we definitely support our men and women in uniform, and our hearts and our prayers go out, because once you sign that paper, I mean, you sign up to put your life on the line. Your life is on the line for everybody else. Every day. Every day your life is on the line. And so we want to make sure that our thoughts and our prayers and our hearts go out to the family members. And I always say, this is really awkward now, but I always say, in the midst of darkness, I still believe in greater. Right. So we know that these are different types of things that are going to happen, but in the midst of darkness, we still have an opportunity to believe in our goodness, to believe in our greater, to believe in the better naturedness of who we are as humans, Americans, and global citizens. We still have an opportunity to be greater and to transcend situations like this. Yeah. And so our 30 minutes, certainly y'all know we have fun and everything, and so we got a little jokes. We got a couple of jokes built in now, okay? But we certainly want to take out time to salute our men and women in uniform. And so those of you that are continuing to tune in with us, listen, we're getting some really interesting feedback. So now the feedback is not always real direct, okay? Right. Meaning it's not really always in your face. But when we look at certain things like our website hits and our past shows, people are pulling up our past shows on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, it's the really views are increasing. Yes, I know. So thank you all for watching our YouTube past shows and tuning in and so forth. And you know what I'm realizing? People really do want something positive. Yeah. People want something positive and energetic. And y'all hear that deep voice? Yes, my dad, the bishop, is here, y'all. Archbishop. So we got a few folks. We got some family and a few people in here. So you're going to hear from them later. But people really do want positive, upbeat, inspirational. They want information, but they want positivity too. And so we're putting all of that together to bring you 30 minutes of positive, informational insight. And so we got some good stuff lined up for you. But before we get to that, I have to tell you that your segment, the Something Good segment, folks are loving it. Wow. Folks are loving it. They are loving the positivity that you bring in the Something Good segment. Yes. And so we have some folks that are tuning in and they're waiting on Rochester J to say something good. So since I set it up, I'm gonna come back with my piece later now. Y'all ain't gonna just leave me out there, okay? So I'm gonna come in with my piece later. But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. And you know how we do it. We always break it off with a little bit of Shaka Khan. Yeah. Woo! Hey, hey. And Shaka Khan always brings the funk, always brings the funk. You know, she always comes in. I love this. And I know we don't play the whole song, but we try to make sure that we give you just a little taste. Just a little taste to kind of bring it in, Just a little taste. There we go. Hey. And tell me that you love me. Yeah. I like to get that last yeah in there. All right, so Rochester, tell me something good.
Well, as always, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be here.
You're so kind. You're so kind.
It's an honor. And to Al Gallen, Ebony Cruz on the cruise, the AGM Network.
Hi, Pastor. Patrick. Hi, Ebony. They're at the conference tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they'll catch us later.
All right. Done a great job Monday through Friday.
Yes.
But listen, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today to tell you something good. And I had a moment before I came in because I started thinking about, like you, the Marines that went down today, and the officer that was also is still in a critical, condition. I used to live in Chattanooga, and you never think. Yeah, I was living in Chattanooga for close to 5 years, and you never think that would have happened in Chattanooga. I lived there, and it's a very quiet, but smooth paced kind of city. But of all the places, that city being taken aback today by those that were slain, you would have never thought something like that would happen in Chattanooga.
So
of all places,
I
feel a very personal
some kind of way.
pull.
Yeah.
I was a member of a church there off of Macaulay Avenue, and still am closely associated with friends that are still there, and just a lot. So today was kind of odd.
Yeah. It does that when this happens.
Right.
It just you have to kind of work through.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
because I tried to act as if I'm separated from that place. It's been a long time, but still, wait a minute.
We're all connected.
I pay a lot of taxes there, but anyway.
That too, right?
Let me stop. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you something good. I don't know. But my heart does go out to that incident. But I'm here today because if I wanted to also honor my parents, because if it wasn't for my parents, I would not have even been introduced to this music, ministry, this media. None of it would be in existence today. And I was thinking today, like, wow, how did I get? Oh, I was brought up in this.
Yes.
That's right. And you were too.
That's right.
And it was like
but
destined.
You really directly because your dad's work in
right.
television.
And I'm
media.
Like, my dad introduced me to media. My mom and dad both introduced me to media and music and the love for people. And so here we are. That's, I had to make sure I honored them and took them up because I realized I really haven't shouted them out yet.
But you know what's so special about that? Yeah. In light of what took place in Tennessee, we have that cliche that we say, give me my flowers
Man,
now.
let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying?
I want the world to know.
Right. So, given what happened today in Tennessee,
absolutely.
this is very on point.
Right.
Because what you're doing is you're taking time to say, you know what? We really don't know exactly, how long we are all to be here in this present realm. Right. And so to take out time to make sure you honor. Man. I remember when a family friend's mom passed away and I went to see them and I was like, hey, I hope you're doing okay. I hope everything's fine. Right. She looked at me and she was all smiles. She's like, you know what? I made sure my mom knew I loved her. I took care of my mom. So I have, she was just like, I took care of my mom. My mom knew I loved her. Right. So she's transitioned now. Sure. And she just had a peace about it. So it's not a small thing for you to take this moment to honor your mom and your dad. Yeah, so, I was thinking about it because, like you said, the enemy, he's busy, and I'm not just trying to be spiritual with that, but there is an enemy in this world that we know not of, but he's busy using people from other countries right in your own backyard. Or people from our own country. In our own country. He be your cousin. Yeah, he be your cousin. And family members, right? and so, I wanted to talk about that and move forward. But here, I'm excited. Daddy said poo-ray. Right, poo-ray. But I'm also excited because this segment, here's something good. This segment itself is starting to grow. Yes. I've been able to reach out to a couple of friends. Yes. And so we have some of my friends that are going to be coming on this show. All right. Real soon. Come on, y'all. One in the person of Dr. Jeffrey Johnson. Yes. Yeah, he's running an awesome community service movement. We're waiting on you, Dr. Jeffrey. And through the Community Connections Church there and his personal ministries. Oh, good. And so I'm not only going to have him coming on the show soon, but we're going to also have Georgie Franks. All right. Now, you may not know who Georgie Franks is, but I ran back into her again the other day. Well, just a couple days ago, really, at Panera Bread. And anyway. Panera, you know what? Shout out to Panera Bread, because you guys are a local business office spot for everybody that don't have an office. For everybody that does not have an office, we meet at Panera. Go ahead. And so she's the author now of a book called Mind Your Own Business, and this book right here is designed for the youth. All right.
Now, you would think the way that it looks, it would be designed for the adult, but it's designed for the youth. And what she's specifically focusing on is teaching the young people how to take responsibility.
All right.
Now, that is huge, all right?
Awesome.
And then not only that, but she's using a business concept, and then in that, she's teaching them how to brand and image themselves and how to create mottos, slogans, and identify investors in their worlds and whatnot. So,
I'm gonna
she's
come back
coming
to some
on the
of that
show.
you said, but anyways, yes, because we're getting ready to go to break. But
because it's coming time now for the kids to go back to school.
Yes,
so that's gonna be so awesome to have her.
Okay, so now friends of Rochester J, y'all heard it. He has put it out
things
there.
That are happening.
So y'all got to show up now. So we're gonna make sure we bring them in to share in the Something Good segment with Rochester J. Folks, that's a little bit of something good. Honor your people, honor your mother, honor your father. Let folks know that they mean something to you. Let them know that they are valuable to you. Let them know that you thank them. We'll see you back here in just about 2 minutes.
Jacob,
come back because I got some good stuff for you. This is your time to go and get 3 carrots and how many cookies? 2. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Cafe right here on the AGM Radio Network.
More music on the AGM Network.
The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. If your current dating methods aren't working, maybe it's time to try Relationship Realtors. Visit us at www.relationshiprealtors.com or call us at 1-800-746-8339.
When a counselor asked how much my husband drinks, I said, not that much. I don't know why I said that. He always drank too much. But I guess I'm so used to keeping it a secret that I didn't tell the truth to myself or anyone else. My husband has drinks with friends after work. He has a couple of drinks at home with dinner and a few more while we watch TV. Pretty soon he's shouting at me and blaming me for all of his problems. I just can't take it anymore. A counselor recommended Al-Anon family groups. She said Al-Anon members have had experiences just like mine, and they would explain how Al-Anon is helping them. I didn't want to go to Al-Anon, but I'm sure glad I did. Is someone's drinking breaking your heart? You might be surprised at what you can learn at an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or go to alanon.org.
Hey, everybody, this is David Mann on the Greater Day Cafe radio show with Dr. D and Rochester J.
Welcome back to the Greater Day Cafe right here on the AGM Radio Network. Now here's your host, Dr. D.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Greater Day Cafe. You're tuned in for 30 minutes of fun, inspirational insight. Now, we just had a little bit of something good from my co-host, Rochester J, and I hope you guys make sure you take note of that to go out and honor. Put a little honor out there. So I love it. I love it. Now, for the cafe moment, I got to take a moment. I want to tell you a few things because this is our 11th episode. 11th episode, yes. And so I want to encourage the listeners to go to my homepage, DavinaJones.com, and you can listen to some. He said, "Go," okay, and you can listen to some of the. You can listen to some of our past shows that are sitting there, and I just want to talk for a little bit because our show is a bit of a potluck. So we've got a couple of different things going on. Sure, we bring in different ones to talk about what they're doing in the community, different business projects, and so forth. But we're also in the business of bringing social awareness. And so earlier when I was talking about interesting feedback,
right.
our past show that has the most hits on our past show is the one when it was a fun show, by the way. We had Dr. Daphne and Represent on here with the HBCUs. Yeah. But it was also the segment where I chose to talk about gay marriage. Okay. That was our number one show. And it just tells you that people are interested in really hearing different thoughts and different perspectives on these social issues. These are real social issues. And we've not hit all of them, okay? Right. So we've only sampled a few of them. We've talked a little bit. When Charleston happened, we talked a little bit about that, and I gave some insight about what goes on in our personal lives that we need to kind of filter through to make sure that these types of things do not reoccur all the time. We've talked a little bit about the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had Dr. Russell Meyer on to talk
Right.
about that. So we are in the business of bringing you social awareness, but we also try to, put some fun in there with it. I have to tell you, and this is interesting to me. I try to be authentic with fun, inspirational insight.
Absolutely.
But this is really neat because people that really know me, they know I have this fun side, but I also have this deep side.
Okay.
Like my friends don't like to go to the movies with me.
How come?
Because it's not enough for me to just enjoy the movie. I have this whole critique, what this character meant, what that character represented, what were the social
So you
theories
start getting
behind.
deep
Yeah, man.
at the movies.
My friends are like,
couldn't go to the movies
right?
with
And
me?
no, that my friends are like, no, you have to go by yourself.
You gotta
and
get spiritual at the
listen,
movies.
they don't even let me pick a movie. They don't even let me pick a movie anymore. Like when you
Really?
get a girls' night out and
come?
y'all pick a movie, because they say I pick boring movies. This one movie I never forget. It's called the Sunshine State. Angela Bassett is in the movie. You know the movie?
No.
Well, it wasn't a blockbuster.
That's why they don't let you pick them.
But my girl Angela Bassett is in the movie. But
Okay, we know her.
But listen,
Sunshine.
no, it was the social theories behind this movie were just incredible. But they didn't like the movie because it wasn't enough drama into it. Now,
It didn't
nothing
even
against
sound
nothing
catching.
against my girl Angela, but really the movie
right.
is a depiction of a true Florida story over in Amelia Island. Okay, American Beach. But anyway, see that's Florida. See
And
how
we
they
don't
go?
even know what
I know.
many islands?
Amelia Island,
Oh.
American Beach. Okay, so this
Amelia
is the
Island.
time now. Those of you that are
Amelia
listening, if
Island.
you don't know about American Beach in Florida,
Didn't even
it
know.
was property
No Daytona?
that it was up. Well, see, there used to be a time
That's about it.
when there used to be a time when African Americans could not go to Daytona Beach. They couldn't
What
go
you
to the
say?
beaches in Florida. And so if you
My
had a little
goodness.
change, if you were of affluence and you were African American and you were in Florida, the place to go was American Beach.
Okay.
Absolutely. So this particular movie is kind of built on this backdrop of what we see going on there or what has transpired in Amelia Island and American Beach. So anyways, it's a
right.
great movie, but it's one of those movies where I just love it because I'm just like all into it, And my friends are like, don't you pick another movie.
another one.
So they made me watch the movie by myself. Anyway, so we do bring in social awareness without boring you half to death, but we do bring in social awareness.
Dr. D, I want to tell you, you're really relevant.
Thank you.
You're very relevant. Each show is today.
Give me some in the air. They can't see us, but give me. That wasn't a kiss. That was a high five. He gave me a high five in the air.
Jane, you are.
But that's the point. I mean,
Yeah.
because my background is communication studies.
Absolutely.
I study society
Right.
and how language and messages are constructed and all this stuff, whatever. But on the radio, I try to make it digestible so that we have fun and we're learning all at the same time. So that being said, I want to tell you about one of our future guests. Rochester just told you about some guests that are coming on with the Something Good segment. We do have, for example, Judge Barbara Twine Thomas that's going to be joining us in another week or two. Yes. And so once again, it's going to be one of those segments where we talk about some relevant social issues and what we as a community, we as citizens around the world need to do in order to make our cities, our communities better and so on and so forth. Now, we're getting ready to go into Lady G's inspirational pick. Now, when we come back from this, I'm going to talk about vision.
All right.
Because our listeners really, I know that's my dad. He keeps giving that deep. All right. Okay. He's waiting, y'all. He's going to come in.
About to get really
But I'm going
big.
to talk about vision and vision boards. I want to encourage you. I want to encourage the listeners about dreams that you have for your life.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the power of belief, the power of positivity.
Right.
And we got some other guests that are they're going to come on and join us in a few weeks here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get it started tonight after this inspirational pick, and we're going to talk about vision boards in a second. Right now, Lady G has an inspirational pick for us,
Lady
so she's going to
G.
give you a little inspiration, and it's going to go for about a minute or two, and then I'm going to come back and inspire you about your vision, about the dreams you have for your life. Lady G, bring us in a little something to inspire us.
My eyes, I can see me flying high above the clouds. Swear I won't look back if I get the chance. I won't come back around.
Yo, have you ever laid in bed and it's late in the night, staring at the ceiling, talking to God about life, asking when it's gonna happen, just maybe it might. Made a lot of life turns, some wrong and some right. Wanna know when finish your second, your minute, your time. Sick of dreaming, wanna live the pictures in your mind. Never been like all the others, you're one of a kind. I know you're feeling like you wanna break free, it's a sign. Just wanna fly above it all, see where you can land. Know that you can do it on your own, cause you can. Know that you can conquer all with a plan. Forget about the negative buried in the sand. Yeah, never forget this is your life. Your path, your dream, this is your fight. Victory, you'll see, you'll be alright. Get through the darkness on the other end, it's pure light.
Close my eyes, I can see me flying oh, high above the clouds. Swear I won't look back if I get the chance. I won't come back around if I make it out this time. Yeah, gotta make it out this time. Yeah, I'm gonna make it out this time.
Oh my goodness, Lady G, that is an awesome pick because that's going right into what I said I was going to talk about. Vision, making a plan for your life. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I know I might not know all these hip songs, so y'all know what that is. Y'all know that's Eve, right? Eve, okay.
Eve.
And what's the title of the song? Make It Out This Town. Okay, so you guys know you put that on your inspirational list right there. So I love the lyrics because those lyrics, they tie right into what I want to do tonight. So for tonight, for some inspirational stuff, for some inspirational pickup, I want to talk about the power of vision board. So now I'm going to try to make this very succinct, very quick because we only have about 10 minutes. But listen, you guys, if you still have goals in your life that you want to reach, whether that's personal, professional, whatever it is, I really want to encourage you about the power of putting your vision on paper. It's absolutely incredible when you have an intention, a goal. I'm calling it an intention. This is the intention for your life, and you take time to put that intention on paper. Wow. You take time to put that intention on something like a vision board or little post-it notes that you put up in your office or your car or whatever. This kind of intention, when you put that out in the universe, I'm telling you, it's absolutely powerful. So now, without trying to do 10 minutes of theoretical talk, let me just give you some examples, okay?
You good.
So about 3 years ago, I put on my vision board 93.3 to beat. Now, I know you probably shouldn't talk about naming radio stations and competitive whatever, but at the time, I was living in Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow.
And I had a vision to be on, I didn't want to go on a quote unquote religious station, although I wanted to be inspirational. So I wanted to go on a secular station, or certainly a station that embraced the bigger world, okay?
Right,
and it didn't have to just be one kind of music. I put that on my vision board 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it sat on my vision board because I had an intention to host some kind of radio media platform for inspiration. Okay, exactly. The wow. Because what happened 3 years later? It came to pass. Here we are at AGM. Now, I know somebody said, well, it doesn't work like magic like that. But what happens is when you write your intention down and you have it in a place where it is before you and you're constantly seeing it. Everybody say seeing it.
Seeing it.
Exactly. When you have it in a place before you and you can see it, it creates focus.
Yes,
when that focus is locked in, it helps you to recognize it when it shows up.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when this particular opportunity, AGM, showed up. I recognized it. I recognized it because I had been looking at it for 3 years on a vision board. You see? That is the power of putting your intention in front of you on paper or something. It's not just a crazy small thing to do. It's a part of the psychology of how you see, how you believe. And so once this opportunity came up, I recognized it and I was able to pursue it. Okay? That's one example. Here's another quick example. And I'll probably only be able to give you these two examples, but I have to tell you, if you like this kind of a teaching flow, this is what I do every first Monday night.
Yeah.
You go to my website, davinajones.com. Every first Monday night over in Lando Lakes, Florida, this is what I do for 1 hour from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I give you different practical ways to build your life, your personal life, your professional life, and so forth. So here's another example. Several years ago, before I turned 40, I had a vision. I had an intent. Mm-hmm. I wanted to travel somewhere beyond Lakeland, Florida. I wanted to travel somewhere beyond Pahokee. You know, we got a Pahokee, Florida. You ever heard of Pahokee, Florida?
Amelia.
We got a Pahokee. I know, right? See that? It's educational. Amelia and Pahokee, Florida. I wanted to travel beyond just what I knew. And specifically, I wanted to go overseas. So I put this on my vision board, okay? At 40, this is what I want to do. So because I kept looking at it, I was able to recognize the opportunity once it came. If you don't have your focus on it, it's hard for you to recognize it when it shows up. And so you say, well, prayers are not answered or so on and so forth. No, it's right there all the time, but you got to recognize it. So I had a student who basically was a part of this organization and said, you know, we got a trip coming up to Turkey. I'd like to put your name in the hat.
Wow.
Okay? I'm like, absolutely. Now, I know I got to go to work, but I recognize this as an opportunity. I can take some vacation time, right? So long story short, everything worked out. I was accepted to go on this trip. And when the day I turned 40, I was in Izmir, Turkey. The day I turned 40. Yes. Okay, so now that wow came from my auntie who is in the studio. My auntie Ayten, she is my auntie through marriage. My auntie, she's from Adana, Turkey, currently living in Istanbul. Hi. Merhaba.
Merhaba.
That's hello in Turkey. So isn't that interesting? I mean, I turned 40 right there in Izmir, Turkey. And so I know you're traveling around the world, and I just wanted you to take a little bit and take 30 seconds to tell us, you know, what is the beauty of being able to travel around the world? 30 seconds. Tell us.
30 seconds. So it was the first time to come to United States for me. Mm-hmm. I'm working for yeast factory. Mm-hmm. They are producing yeast for make bread. And I'm traveling a lot. Wow. But not United States because it was so far.
So have you enjoyed it?
First time I went to Seattle and Portland.
Okay.
It was very far.
Very far? Okay.
10 hours. 10 hours difference with my country. But the people
so you have to
I love the people. I love the place. So
what about our Florida sunshine?
Oh.
Is it hot enough for you?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a little bit of something from my auntie, my new auntie Ayten from Istanbul, Turkey. But I just wanted you to say hi because you know what? Because you're a part of what came to pass, the dream, to be globally connected around the world. Bishop, I've got about a minute left on the air.
Bishop.
Tell me what's the importance about putting your intention out there.
Listen.
How do you change that is to that would be? Out of sight, out of mind. The important thing about a vision board is that you put it in sight. And when you clip your pictures and photos and write your sayings and paste them on a vision board, it puts it in sight of the universe. There's a verse that says, write the vision, make it plain.
Yes, sir.
He that readeth it will run with it. In other words, he that reads the universe will make it come to pass for you. So it's important to create a vision board because this is how you're going to turn your dreams, your vision into a reality. It happens every day.
I love the way you said it on your website. This is how you turn water
into wine.
Folks, we got to go. But if you want that, join us every first Monday right here in Land O' Lakes, Florida. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. Get your vision board straight.
Get it.
Vision, dream, make it happen.
Today,
make it a reality.
I'm
we love you.
To this show over and over.
We love you. We'll see you next week right here, Greater Day Cafe, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
You recognize it and